He showed great defensive skills, often guarding other teams' best scorers. His basketball knowledge and court awareness was a great asset to the 1976 championship team as they took the Tournament of Champions title. After graduation from Castlemont, Donald attended Jackson State University and was a second-round draft pick for the Philadelphia 76ers. I welcome him into the Castlemont Hall of Fame.
First of all, I want to thank the Castlemont alumni for presenting me with this award. But more than that, I want to thank the person that's second most to me besides God, and that's my mother. Without her, I wouldn't even be here, especially standing right here. I got a little bit of story I want to tell you about how she got me here. And the reason I want to tell you this story because of her grandkids and her kids that really never got a chance to know her because she passed away before they got of age. So I'm going to introduce you to your mother and your grandmother so that you'll know what you missed. It'll be hard saying this, so I hope I keep my eyes dry, but if not, I call a handkerchief. So, I was real young. Me and Vincent Owens and Greg Harris was coming home from school one day. They lived in a house, I lived in the projects in 85th Village. And on my way home, well, first let me start. This is what really happened. I used to sit in the village watching these kids play basketball all the time on this bench. I used to watch the kids play. I didn't have tennis shoes to play with them. You know, I had some shoes, but there wasn't tennis shoes. So I used to watch these kids play basketball every single day. I sat out there by myself watching these kids play basketball. I know nobody else seen me. I knew it in my heart. Nobody seen me but God. Because I was so embarrassed that I couldn't go out there and play with them because I didn't have the type of tennis shoes that they had. So one day I was walking home from school, me and Vincent Owens and Greg Harris. And in the distance I seen my mother coming. And she was pushing a basket. And in that basket was full of cans, aluminum cans, you know. And for her to get that many aluminum cans, she had to walk almost all over Oakland to get these aluminum cans. But the thing that really hurt me the most is when I seen her coming and I was walking with my friends, I hid behind the bushes because I didn't want them to see my mother pushing this basket full of cans. Because I was embarrassed to see my mother pushing cans down the street. You know, it was 9 kids that she was raising now. Don't get me wrong. She doing anything she had to do to provide for us. Not one day, I'm almost 60 years old, not one day that I've been living on this planet that I go one day hungry. 9 kids, one woman on welfare living in 85th Village, not one day on this planet did any of her kids go dirty or hungry. So you know how much it felt when I hid behind those bushes when I see my mother coming. So after she passed, I came from out behind the bushes, me and Vincent, we said we walked. They didn't know what I was doing, you know, because she had already passed, and when they turned around, she was already gone, but I seen it. So when I went home, I sat on that bench again the next day, man. I watched the kids play basketball, man. And I just know that I was the only one by myself, lonely as I was, watching these kids play basketball. So this particular day, I'm sitting there watching them, man. And somebody tapped me on my shoulder. I turned around, and my mother handed me a pair of tennis shoes.
Oh, Lord.
And that was the first day to this right here. And she collected those cans so that I can get a pair of tennis shoes so I can go out there and be like the rest of those kids. Amen. And the cold part about it was that only thing on my mind is that I hid from her when she was trying to do for me what nobody else could. And the only reason she did it, because every day I was out there watching those kids play basketball, she was in that window watching me.
Wow.
You know? And I just know how she felt watching her child while she was at the kids playing basketball. And I couldn't be out there with them. And that's why I worked so hard when I got those shoes to get to where I am right now. And this award right here, this right here is the best thing that happened to me in my life, man. Because this is the end of that chapter that she began. The Hall of Fame, where else can I go? You know? But I'm bringing her with me. It's her. Thank you.
Well, I almost made it out here without crying.